Welcome back to Steve's Small Engine Saloon.
Okay, so this is a secret. Don't tell anybody. Shh. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of people, especially mechanics. They'll say you cannot do an accurate compression test on a small four-stroke engine like is on this generator because of the automatic decompression mechanism that's built into the engine. Well, that's sort of true. I'm going to show you a trick to get around that so you can get an accurate reading. Simply put, you can't get the accurate reading by pull starting, but you can on an electric start. Just for reference, here is a test that I did earlier this morning on my John Deere 21 horsepower Briggs & Stratton single cylinder engine. Okay, watch this. Okay, I'm showing you here, turning it over with the key and with my digital tach to show you how many RPMs it turns over. By the way, every RPM test I do with this little digital tach here, the spark plugs are in and tight, otherwise it wouldn't be an accurate test for the RPM if the spark plug was out of it. That's about 550, I think that's hit 600 there somewhere, so 550, 600-ish. That is enough RPM to overcome the automatic decompression mechanism on that. Most of them are a little lever that's on the camshaft. Now, the faster that camshaft is turning, the more centrifugal force there is on it, which the lever on there, the faster it goes, the lever is pulling outwards. Once it hits a certain RPM, then that lever disengages. That's your automatic decompression. It disengages so you have full compression again. That magic number is right around 500 RPM. So my riding lawnmower is turning over at 550, 600 like that. Now let's do the compression test on it and see what that comes up to. 100 PSI compression. That's good. That's what that engine really should be. By the way, on all these compression tests that we're going to do here, Mighty-Vac compression tester. It's got the Schrader valve on the end. If you missed that video on why that's important, I'll put a link for you in the description of this video so you can get back and watch that video. Okay, now this is very interesting. Here's a clip I did earlier this morning again on pull starting this. Look at the RPMs on this one. I cannot pull this fast. That is as hard and as fast as I can pull it. And the RPMs, I can only get them up to about 280 RPM at the max. That is not fast enough to disengage your automatic decompression. So let's do a compression test on it now. Just pulling it, the compression on that one comes up to 75 PSI compression-ish. That is a false reading. This has more compression than 75 PSI, but you just can't get it up there because you can't pull it fast enough to disengage that decompression lever. So I wanted to do another test using my drill. I want to spin it faster than I can pull it, so I use my drill. First test I did was on low speed on this, and also I got a video, this little ratcheting adapter for doing this. I got a video for that. I'll put the description or the link in the description of this video too, why that's very important when you take that starter off and use that. Okay, on low speed with my drill spinning that over, it comes up to about 360 RPM, faster than I can pull it over, but not fast enough. You'll see why here. We'll do the compression test now. The compression tests at about 75 PSI, same as pulling it over by hand. Even though it's turning faster, it's not quite fast enough to disengage that lever. So what I did, put it on high speed. Now, watch this. RPMs come up to 7, I think did it hit 800 there? About 760 RPM, well over the 500 mark. So that's excellent on full speed with this. And now we're going to show you the compression test, doing this at high speed, 760 RPM. Compression test comes up to exactly 100 PSI again. Because now at 760 RPM, what was it, 760 RPM, 100 psi, that's the difference right there. That at 760 RPM, the decompression mechanism is disengaging. Now you get an accurate reading. Now I know a lot of you are yelling at your screens right now saying, just do a leak down test on it and be done with it. Well, the reason I'm putting out this video is because there's not many people out there that have leak down testers in their shop. Even some mechanics I know don't have leak down testers. A lot of people have the compression testers, and you can test that and get an accurate reading as long as you spin that engine over at least 500 RPM. So I have the links for you in the description for the ratcheting adapter, little digital tack, compression tester, and a couple other videos in there you might be interested in. So check out those links. And until the next time, I'm just going to say cheers and Steve out.